to escape the grasp of GX.
Question is, do FNATIC want to fight this? Seems to be the case. Paranoia lumped in with the nade.
Yeah, and post around the side, entry for FNATIC, but Scribinho on the other side, who's done the most damage. 4 versus 2. FNATIC were good for clutches yesterday. Might be too much of an ask here.
It's got their 2 top performers, but Crashies and Kron. A quick reminder posted, as they will make their way over towards the C site. Spike in transition still, but should go down without trouble.
Crashies, Sheriff in hand, knows where the next player's coming from, and unfortunately leaves Kron 1 HP, decayed all the way down. Spike in the back pocket. Still 2 players to find, and well, straight up, flickless line and wait. We're seeing GX deposit, there's 3 bodies here. Flickless gets the first. He's the one in the corner, finally gotten out, and FNATIC, they look as if they're falling to the wayside, but as always, they buy themselves out of it. Still need to be careful of Hobbit as a player's making his way in. That's grubby. Spike down though, and FNATIC can reset.
FNATIC needing to search for a little bit of extra space here. Post plant on site.
As Grubby's out, but FNATIC straight away deal with any problem coming their way. No way.
And that might be why. Oster with a very cheeky kill around the Prowler. Grubby doing his best to fill the gap, but that's it. Trades in favour of FNATIC.
And look at this. We speak about how slow FNATIC can be, but when they get a chance to, they're very quick on the mark. On towards the A site they go. 3 bodies strong, but Boaster's hanging around. They needs to be careful because Flickless is there. And now we go back to a 3-on-3.
Standout performer in the last game for GX. Here, as I say that, side on the edge of the pit, just about spots the shoe of Kron. And then having taken him down, the illusion may soon start to fade. Ara on the B site.
Now on the opportunity, and he'll get the spike denied, leaving Alpha in a 1 versus 3.
Plenty of work for Alpha to do, and just simply not enough time on his watch to do it with. Flick straight into the site there.
That's presence known on that C side. Here's Poster gone.
Big pick from Ara, and so quickly the reaction is made on the FNATIC side. 30 seconds yet again. Crashies making his arrival now on A, but it's double-layered Sentinel utility. The anchor of the Viper with the... Cypher util taken offline. Westside goes down.
Yeah, but Flickless still here. And that spike being down is the only real problem. But you look at Kayak, he has his ultimate.
Cross the lines, but Alpha's still part of this puzzle as well, and with the spike on the other side, it's in no man's land. No way to recover this for Alpha yet. GX should know that the clock has won it for them, as it has gone against FNATIC. Condemned. Still Flickless hanging around on site. Will get cleared out, and Ara found as well, but Cloud has been on a heater so far.
And he continues to do so, in through drop, and Garbino out of Hobbit door.
The envelope as much as possible. Kron is the hard clip. Tries to take the engagement himself. Look at it, a little more forthcoming. Cloud with the flash in, does go down. Grubby looking for a little bit more TP. Ambitious, and Crashies to cut him loose. Westside, the last left. And as he opens up his jacket pocket, it's a second FNATIC round. Out by GX. The difference this time is there is no Sentinel setup, but Ara is here. And the spam from Grubby will land the next.
Yep, that spike down on the ground. Where does FNATIC go with this one? It's not as if you can use Poster's ultimate. He's out of the server. And look at this. Trying to continue on. Kayak now through Hobbit door, but Flickless is there and up to the challenge. FNATIC. It is going to be 7 for GIANTX. Yeah, there they are. Spike down, post plant, but Poster now with his own picked up from Ara.
I mean, oh my god, if this is the round that FNATIC win, then everything I know about Valorant, gone in an instant. They have just...
You know much about Valorant?
Walked up with the op and said, yeah, you know what, we'll fight you. And against GX, that apparently works, but still 2-on-3. Fancying their chances, the defender's side, flush with cash.
The Odin, though, the spam not working out, and Alpha takes his timing. Cloud now trying to get out of tree, but 3 players trained to his position.
Toxins going up.
Is there an angle here? It looks to be the case, but Kron better. Trying to get out, does so. Now FNATIC, 2 to the good. So a decision can be made on where this spike wants to go down.
Flick double stacked it with util, defending position, but Kron continues to fan off this onslaught of GX players that are trying to create problems on the back line. This shot from Boaster opens the door for Westside quite literally. Second shot through will find Kron. 3 on 2.
Oh, you thought there was a timing. The alarm bot activates.
GX ending the half with a little bit of pace.
Oh, they might be ended themselves. GX trying to force the fight. Boaster trying to get out, but it doesn't work out. Cypher utility on the A side to gain that extra information. Now allow for the spike to go down easy enough. But look at FNATIC, look at the space they want to take towards CT. GIANTX trying to show some sort of resistance.
Yeah, all on Alpha to find this next duel and does. Hit placed inside the site. A retake of increased difficulty for GX.
Nightfall to try and clear out the next couple. Allow Grubby a chance. Vulnerable up though. The players aren't looking, Chronicle does. And now it's up to Cloud. 1 versus 3. Time ticking away. You can't help but expect this to be a FNATIC round. 7-5 identified through Alpha's turret. And exactly that. Players here, it's Crashes and Kron.
Almost a little too straightforward. Into the open arms of Kron. Plenty of damage already done. Standing on his own 2 feet and with Westside pinned to the corner. He's a dead man. Still Lara overlooked. It gives half a chance on the round, but Grubby has to win his one. And while all of that's going on, the spike has hit the deck and Ara's nowhere to be seen. Because that was locking off the B main. Door hasn't opened. Double stack FNATIC, and that's going to be the round. So, number 6
on notice, but you have to try and deal with Boaster having to deal with the push, and unfortunately for him, leaves Crashes all alone.
Solo on site, but he's found his first.
Yeah, and well, the next couple of picks go GX's way as well. Spike down. Kron able to try and get some sort of delay. In fact, no at all. Spike committed. Alpha and a big key 1 versus 1 out of Hobbit. Alpha next up against Flickless. Can't win it out. And that's going to be a big pressure relief. That's not an angle that FNATIC can approach from. But at least Kron gets Cloud from stairs. In they go. It looks like FNATIC trying to assault in towards Tree. Still the last 2. Ara trying to make his reprise. Doesn't work out. And Flickless trying to spam. Completely helpless. For Cam being shown. Waiting for the Toxins to come back up. That's a big pick. Still FNATIC have ultimates to come back in with if they really need to as well. This is looking like a quick B pivot.
That's perhaps expected, and Grubby's managed to catch the timing on this as well. Kron on site, they exchange looks, but I don't know, did Grubby spot him or not? He's looking to take this a step further either way. Alpha lining up the lockdown, and yeah, Grubby swivels the head back around, looking for Kron now to try and take that fight. He'll lose it, but it ends 2 on 2, and the spike is in the ground.
Not only that, Viper's Pit invested by Flickless. This should be easy enough to close out for GIANTX.
Boaster trying to interrupt the timing. Kron fanning the pit across. The Venn diagram of green circles on site, but Cloud is ready for the jump up, and with 3 to his name, we'll focus on Alpha now in the corner.
And he wins the first. Can't quite get the second, but Grubby's so deep. He's looking to try and lock round flank, see if he can find anything, but he doesn't. Cloud holding on. Was only able to find Crashes, so in a very weird spot on the map. The fact that Flickless needs to try and get close to Grubby is the big component here.
Yeah, he's had the call from Grubby though that the A site should be completely clear, that he can go ahead and plant it. Cloud heard the steps of the push coming in from main, so the rest of the team have adjusted. It's late alteration, they still have to pull off the 2 versus 3.
Shots fired forward. Presence in CT identified by Flickless, and he's going to hang around. Hang on, but there's 3 bodies here. Kayak low as well, and that's the first to go, but Boaster there. And now it's up to Grubinho. Deep in main, and with an option to spam onto the spike. He gets Kron, and it's now up against the captain of FNATIC! Boaster needs to play his timing to perfection, and he's done it. He's gone, not able to get the second, but Kron is, and the spam goes Westside's way of all people. The neural theft identifying crashes, but Kayak there to support and keeps us in a position that's winnable. It settles in a 1 versus 1. Flickless versus Alpha.
Built in the Spanish Challenger League and now hitting the scene. Flickless! Multiple rifles light up, and it's at the cost of both TPs and Crashies as well, who ends up dying through the main line. Now GX converging in position on the B fight, and it's only Alpha in Waterfall. The Viper Pit is going to spread out onto the lockdown so they can challenge this, and one by one they will break it.
Back to the lockdowns, committed with no support.
Taking a huge step forwards into their hopes of champs qualification with a map win here. A step forward in this series, 13-10 on FNATIC's pick of Lotus.
A trap, and that being said, FNATIC well aware of this. Poster though jumps up and gives himself away, as does Chronicle. And well, Alpha's reaction is to try and push forward, try and grab the weak arm of the push, but instead, no, it will go GX's way.
Yeah, GX win the arm wrestle. They outmuscle FNATIC on the push to A, and now setting up in post. There is plenty of space. It's back in short, both players FNATIC.
Kayak up first, the player dubbed the Prince of Pistol, and well, he was going to have to show his royalty here if there's going to be anything to go FNATIC's way.
Across the sight line, but Kron playing from the opposite side of it means that he's not in a position to challenge right now. GX free roaming onto this site and mowing down FNATIC where they stand, put into an early grave.
And FNATIC trying to flood back in.
Into the post, GX already taken up position. Ara up close with the Bucky in hand. And making sure FNATIC know it. Do not want to step in, or there will be trouble. Bodyguarding the rest, the slow retreat says it all.
Oh. Kayak's found a little gap to work with, as well as Alpha supporting him. An advantage in numbers for FNATIC to work with. On towards the spike they can possibly go, but Northwest side can deny, as well as Cloud. Up in a 1 versus 1 against Chronicle, and 1 bullet would be enough to wipe out the pole. GIANTX holding out hope for a 5th, and FNATIC looking to try and grab the first. Time ticking away, Chronicle needs to get a move on, but Westside just crouched in the corner, one's out the round for GIANTX.
Rooted out, but there are 4 players pushing him.
Yeah, but he has a TP to get out if he really wants to use it, and that's exactly what he opts for. Hunter's Fury fires its last bolt, and that allows the spike to go down.
4 versus 3 situation, FNATIC back in with numbers, but the health pool is barren. This Phantom from Ara could cut through them like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, and it's the ultimate that actually pushes the players away, but Hara steps up at the right time. Kayak shouting exactly where the Neon player is going. And well, he's going to be able to get more, but FNATIC out of nowhere get a double kill and get the first round. The next port of call for GIANTX, but Kron not identified, back of sight, gets caught out. Alpha at least managing to take a timing, so FNATIC can take a moment, wait for Kayak to get into position. Spike committed late.
Does end up going down. Oh, I thought so actually. Flickless drops off. It wants to go for this aggressive move.
Oh, in towards CT they go, yeah sure! But Kayak's there! Crashes as well!
Clear, the question being, does Alpha go past the trap? He does, it's broken now, and Chronicle's just dropping off. Ooh, doesn't want to overstay his welcome and fight it, but Westside finds it regardless. Now Alpha, a little more trouble.
Yeah,
but safety to be found in main.
And that's the big point, right? Now FNATIC have a little bit of space to work with. GIANTX get the back of sight. That's where the spike's going to go down, but FNATIC make their approach from there, and Cloud in mid can do a big job.
He's only going to get one. Feels like about the status quo in that situation, as FNATIC is still floating around on this patch of land they've been able to recover on the B site. Alpha flashed in by Kayak, but takes a second step, a second guess. Kayak needing the shot, missing, still surviving.
I know exactly.
But put on watch.
And Ara changing his approach, but Kron doesn't look and gets caught off guard. GIANTX look to hit 8, as FNATIC cannot stop this attack.
GX at the races. Arrows open things up again. Westside is condemned in his position here, but only if FNATIC can clear him out.
Big F, because he's doing so well to just hide away from Kayak's Vandal. Crashy's now called in to support. They need to try and find this Cypher, but they're taking their time doing it. And that's going to play into a GIANTX favour. Taking so long, finally Kayak gets rid of them, and now the line of sight put towards sight. And with that being said, in utility and delay, this looks like this is a failed attempt. FNATIC throw in the white tilt, and GIANTX will hit 8.
Yeah, it's all wrapped up. Kayak wants to give it one more go, but will with some more aggression of your own, which you've not quite seen. Kayak could be the first semblance of that resistance, and we will get it. Double kill to kick things off.
Big solo play. Giving away nothing to the attack, but it seems as if there's a decision made. That Spike's heading quickly towards B, where it would be a 1 versus 1 on Chronicle, of all players.
It does definitely feel like more of a retake setup, or at least one which allows FNATIC to flood towards backside. Alpha still watching overplay in middle from tiles. Westside emerges into the light. That's exactly where he will go. Invested just for good measure. Spike's going to go down on the other side of the map in the meantime while all of this is happening.
Player standing.
Cloud getting 1, meaning Flickless has 4 targets to get past if GX are to secure the 9-3.
Nearly a full belt of utility. He does have 1 less flash than what he would want, but hey, 4 players coming up to him. He's basically going to have to just hope for the best.
Flashed in the face. He pauses on the trigger. Flickless first. 2 straight through.
This is probably the fastest we've ever seen FNATIC actually go for an execute. As Kayak goes to backside, but GX battle weight every combatant in their area. That Spike can be attempted at least.
It's because the trap wasn't broken at the very start. Crashes has a little bit of space, but FNATIC want to find a duel here.
They need to find picks as well. They need to find some semblance of safety, but they're not getting it at all. Unless Boaster's able to do it. There's also a flank and players forced out of position. But it'll have to be the captain, the leader of FNATIC to do it.
You get cleaned up with the shortest round in the stage, then it tends to do that to you. And here's another contender. Arrow down middle, instantaneously 2 taken. FNATIC forced into an uncomfortable reaction as they're immediately setting their sights towards A. This is the rifle round. This is the buy. The last chance, maybe, to stave off GX from having an easy road to victory. But Boaster wins his. And that's a little bit more calmness now created, I say that.
Crashes identifies the flank as well, at least. So FNATIC have a good picture of how this round looks, but as GX come back in, that Spike's not allowed to be planted.
Still fighting, still on the front lines. The in-game leader and catching Ara as he whips across the screen. Rubinho still closing the distance. A shot has to be considered here by FNATIC and is. Smoke placed. Booster inside it, stepping out, but Grubby catches him, and it has to be Crashies now. Panic setting in for Crashies. The peak has to come through at some point, and when it does!
Ult is ready.
It's only the fake, Poster up high, Kron down low, and he's the one that actually gets the picks. And opens up this A site. Spike can go down. The last 2 players have to come from that B site.
About the timing, Cage giving away the audio.
Watch out! This way! Gotta go! Last player standing.
Kayak and Kron finish it out.
Going for now that piece from the playbook we were talking about. It's the Hunter's Fury in, and FNATIC caught sleeping to it. Dropped back in effect, trades through 3-on-3. Huge duel, Grubby caught in middle, but Westside to support.
When out, they're trying to rush towards the A site. Look at Cloud, in towards Elbow. And that's what FNATIC need to find. That IGL, and he's hiding. He's able to survive just a bit longer.
Thinking about dropping back down to the drone. FNATIC still fighting.
Enemy remaining.
As it comes onto Westside's plate, he cleans it up.
Help FNATIC still slow rolling the round, and Crashes even getting the advantage.
But it's only a 4-on-4 and the spike is still not down.
No, it's not. It's getting too close for comfort. FNATIC finally attempt to get that spike down, but Cloud with a chance to maybe deny. Instead, it's Flickless's aftershock. A 2 versus 1 is where it settles, with both FNATIC players on short.
Flickless has been so good in these positions before, and the plant is not ideal for FNATIC.
No, it's not. Flash in pocket, but there is 2 shocks that Crashes can work with. First flash in. Flickless identifies Kayak and gets the kill. A 1 versus 1 to push GX on towards map point.
Zaway finds nothing. FNATIC into
no.
the site with Cloud's Bucky waiting at the door, and from the newsstand, he delivers them. The thought that GX might just be in it to win it here unless they can turn it around, and it's Crashes again.
If there's any team to try and turn it around, it would be FNATIC, but they're positioned towards CT, and GIANTX are circling the site.
Look at Boaster, up in his own smoke. Flick, the only one on the other side here. The remaining players towards Market and Main. This is the one avenue that FNATIC can look to force the issue, and when they do, it's Grubby to catch the coattails on the back line. He will bolster this defender's side for GIANTX as 12 rounds.
Prime Alpha trying to clear backside, has information through the Sova, and Kayak to support!
10 seconds
FNATIC keep themselves alive a bit longer. And the approach from GIANTX is disconnected.
Plant in with seconds to spare. GX still going to give this a go though.
Flickless from CT, Grubby from Market. Taking their time to clear the angles, make sure not to get caught off guard. And when they do make their approach, FNATIC pounce. The barrel being seen by Flickless. He's trying to grab, Crashes, and even nearly gets a headshot. In fact, does. Players are low here. This is doable for Flickless, but with the time ticking away, you can't help but feel this is all but a FNATIC round. You're just waiting for the confirmation, and there it is. Ara forced back, Cloud there to support. He's found the Neon, and the players on site. Kayak gets an equilibrium, gets something back. Chaos on the site, and Spike still to go down.
3-2, Spike just going in, bullets whizzing over the head of Crashes, but from Main it's Grabinho. The crunch coming in, it has to be Chronicle now.
A 1 versus 3 that he can't win, and it'll be GIANTX to knock FNATIC out in a 2-0 fashion.